Hi COMI family, today we are there with another COMI Talk Show and we are with the founder of Genleap. So let's welcome, hello sir, how are you? Welcome to the COMI Talk Show.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Shruti, and thank you so much for having me over.
Okay sir, what is Genleap? I want to hear. We have been, whole COMI family is very excited to know about it. And also, what inspired you to start this Genleap?
Right. So, Shruti, Genleap is a DNA-led self-discovery career lifecycle management platform.
Yeah.
The idea really behind setting up Genleap was really the fact that I was myself a very average student when I kind of grew up. I did science when I was never going to be an engineer.
Okay.
I did commerce. I made a change from science to commerce, and then I was lost for the initial years with not having a strong foundation in accounting and management. And I kind of realized that so that was a challenge. Till I joined the professional world, I was still grappling with what I wanted to do with my career.
Okay.
So that really is the essence and the genesis of what Genleap is all about. It's really a platform that helps average kids discover their true talents, discover their true calling, and on the basis of that, choose a career that they're going to be most naturally suited for. Right. So that really is what Genleap is aspiring to do. It's aspiring to be a complete career lifecycle management platform. But the essence of what the underlying the underpinning of this is really the DNA-led self-discovery that we do.
Okay.
So,
wow, that's very nice. And how many years Genleap is incorporated?
So Genleap has been in India for the last 2 years. So we are a startup that was incorporated in February 2021. Okay. It's been 2 years, and we've done 8,273 tests as of now. So we have 8,273 customers, and this is across the length and breadth of the country. We have kids from schools, all the major schools in India, so that are currently, who've done their self-discovery. Okay. And this is not just a product for school kids. It's a product for school kids, but it's also a product for professionals. Okay. So it's never too late to actually discover your true calling. And as much as it is a platform for parents and children to discover what talents and aptitudes and personality that their kids exhibit, it's also a platform for professionals, early stage professionals who are lost in their career, who don't know whether they've made the right choice in terms of what they're doing with their career. So it's not just a platform for kids, but it's also a platform for working professionals.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I thought it's only for kids or students, but that's nice. So professionals can also take benefit of it.
Yes. So it's definitely a platform for kids. So we start as early as age 5. And while typical career counseling platforms focus on the 14 to 24 segment, which is the low hanging fruit, because 40 million kids take their 12th, 10th and 12th boards every year. So there's a large population coming in. So those are people who are in their career years that are looking at making the right career choices. Right. But what we are looking to do is also help parents identify the real talents of their children very early in their lives. So you don't spend time and effort on things that are not going to necessarily work. What happens today is that parents are trying to make sure that right from a music class to a maths class to a guitar class to everything, they're trying to get their kids to experience, which is great. But then the challenge is that the kid gets worn out, and it's not necessarily the best utilization of a person's time.
Yeah, because we don't know what the kid is passionate about.
Absolutely.
So as a parent, we all want that they should try all the hobbies and maybe choose one, or maybe it's like we're not sure what.
Yes. And that's exactly the point. With Genleap, you can really identify your true talents, your true calling very early in life. And then what we are trying to do is that Genleap is a complete ecosystem in itself. So while the DNA-led self-discovery and the fact that we are bringing in your DNA to actually help uncover the true talents of a person is a starting point. But DNA alone does not provide complete answers for everything. DNA will explain 60% of a person's personality, behavior and aptitudes. Right. But what you still need to do is you need to combine what you found in the assessment and the analysis that we do, but you need to combine that with the complete ecosystem or and make sure that you actually provide the student the ability to make sure that they excel in the area that has been chosen and identified for them. So there, Genleap provides a complete ecosystem of skilling partners and also employers to make them employable. So it's a complete end-to-end platform that helps you with discovery, skilling, and employability. So this is something that's going to be a part of your life right from your early stage till you get employed.
So it keeps on changing. If I for like 5 or 7 year kid comes to you and you do a test, and that has to be can be repeated. There is some change in that. This was
so Shruti, the bit as far as the DNA-led assessment is concerned, it is completely static, and it's a once in a lifetime discovery that you do.
Okay.
Now, Genleap really uses 3 sciences to actually help people with self-discovery. So it's the first platform in the world that uses a unique triangulation of sciences to actually help people discover their true talents and discover their true calling.
Right.
And so genetics is a part of, DNA is a part of that, but the second part of it is really using psychology and what is psychometrics to actually help understand a person's personality. Now, traditionally, people have used psychometric tools to actually help unravel and help people with career discovery. But when you combine genetics, which is nature, and you combine it with psychometrics, which is nurture, which is your environment, you get a very powerful combination. Now, what we realized was that there was going to be a challenge that in case science tells you, genetics tells you that I'm going to be an excellent data scientist, and psychometrics, or let's say genetics says that I'm high on creativity. Now, what's happened is that I'm giving you an example. I have now gotten into the wrong career, right? I've gotten into a BPO, right, where there is a routine, mundane job where I'm not using my creative skills. Now, if I did a psychometric assessment, it may not necessarily represent my true personality, my true behavior, and the fact that I have high creativity genetically, right? So there could be a difference, and which is really where we needed a third science to actually basically validate what is correct. Is nature correct? Is nurture correct? And what is the natal strength of a person saying? And which is really where we brought in astromancy. And now astromancy is nothing but astrology, but which has been automated, which is using a statistical data model. Astromancy.
Okay.
Right?
Is a new concept, something?
No, it is nothing but astrology, but focusing only on the personality, behavior, and aptitude of a person to actually help discover a person's personality. And what we are doing is we're using 3 sciences to actually help unravel and what we follow, what is called the ocean methodology. Ocean is very openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So effectively, we get 5 aspects of a person's personality. We get scores from genetics, we get scores from psychometrics, and we get scores from astromancy. And then we take a combined picture and we get a far more accurate assessment of a person's personality than a standalone science would provide. DNA on its own will not provide you all the answers. Psychometrics on its own will not provide you all the answers. But when you take a combined view of it, you get a very accurate picture and of what a person's true personality really is.
That's really amazing. Because I was knowing only about a psychometric. It is too common. Everybody career fine karna to just go for that. So I think this is really helping a lot. So my next thing is that as being a founder, what is the biggest challenge you think that Genleap have faced till date, and how you have overcome that?
I think the biggest challenge is that we are a category creator. We are pioneers of using DNA-led self-discovery to help unravel, to help people understand their true calling. And when you are a category creator, when you set up a new business, you've got to create a lot of awareness, you've got to create a lot of education. So people are very curious about the 3 sciences that we are using. They find genetics very fascinating. When you talk about DNA and say, oh, can DNA tell me something about my personality?
When I first heard about it, I was like, DNA, talent, what is it?
You'd be surprised, things like a person's personality. Now, right from your confidence to your communication skills to your extroversion to your mathematical aptitude, to your musical aptitude, to your cognitive skills, your problem solving skills, your memory, your short-term memory processing. There's so much that insight that you can get, and your sporting abilities, your fitness, and
So it gives you parameters for all.
You get, so we assess
percentage. It gives what's his
so
results.
so you basically get a high, medium, low score on each parameter, and on each parameter, and then we do a collective assessment using all the three sciences and a combined picture that allows the counselor to be able to guide the person, in terms of how to interpret those results. So that's exactly where I was giving you the example of somebody with high creativity who's in a BPO job may not show creativity,
right.
But Astro could still say that this person is highly creative. So the advice that the counselor would give to the person would be the fact that you're currently in potentially the wrong role, and you've got true potential when it comes to creativity, and you need to harness something, and these are the kind of roles in education and career options that would help you utilize your true calling and benefit.
So it gives the parameters for all. How many skills? It's one of the particular skill that's highlighted, or it's a lot of thing that one can choose on. So
what we do is really we cover 54 personality traits, aptitudes, and behaviors. So like I said, examples of confidence, emotional quotient, leadership skills, right from personality related behavior, personality related aspects to different aspects pertaining to which are pure genetic skills, genetic, inherited inborn talents, like your mathematical ability. I don't need to do listen, if I'm not good at maths, I don't need to go through analytical test to basically find out I'm not good at maths. A simple saliva test, I'll give you an example. This is the kit that comes to a customer, and this is the Genleap kit. It's delivered to the person's residence, and what you do is you really you get this tube in which you basically need to put your saliva sample. So all it needs is you need to put in some saliva sample. This has a buffer solution that ensures that it stays preserved, and it can be utilized later. And then this gets collected by our delivery partner. It comes to us to the lab. It's a completely scientifically driven process where we basically use, we extract the DNA, we do the sequencing, and then we have the markers that tell us that this personality trait corresponds to this particular marker. So it's a completely scientific process that is used, and that gives us a very comprehensive picture of a person's personality.
Amazing. Through saliva, only saliva?
For DNA you need only saliva. For a psychometrics we use there's a database of about 7,000 questions, and depending on how you answer a particular
7,000 questions.
Yeah.
You have to answer.
No. You need to just answer about 40-50 questions. It takes you 10 minutes to do. It's an online assessment that you need to do. So
that's psychometric.
That's the psychometric.
The regular one that everyone can.
It's regular, but the fact that it's talking back to two additional sciences makes it unique, and the fact that it's all talking the ocean language and tells us a lot about the person's personality, behavior, and aptitude is what makes this entire assessment unique. And for astromancy, we need the time of birth and the date of birth, and the model throws up a complete statistical calculation, and it provides a complete picture of Shruti's personality. So as much as I've gotten to know you during this interaction, if I did your DNA assessment, and if I did a combined view of your of your self-discovery, I think I would get more than a very reasonable picture of who Shruti the person really is. And you'd be surprised that you'll discover new aspects to even you. I thought that I'm a very open person. Okay, so when I look at myself, I consider myself as an extrovert who likes to mix around with people. And I kind of thought that I was very open, high on openness. But then there are aspects of my personality which aren't open. When I did my own self-discovery, I kind of realized that I questioned the fact that why is my openness score low? Why is my genetics saying that my openness score is low? And the reality is that when it comes to things like if I go to a new city, right? If I go to a new city, what would I do? Will I go to a museum? Will I see art? The answer is no. I'll go to a restaurant. I'll see the fine life. I'll see city life. I'm a city person, so I have very fixed views about how I assess certain situations. That tells me that I'm not necessarily as open as I thought I was. Right, and which explained to me that my openness score was relatively low.
I'd like to ask you, because you asked about me. I was very conservative and a very shy person in my school time, and most of my friends can relate it.
Right.
But now, due to my profile also, and I don't know how come, but I have become very extrovert.
Right.
So, if you would have done my DNA test before, it would have
your genetics is going to stay the same. Your psychometrics can change.
Okay.
So what you ask me now, as far as genetics and astromancy is concerned, it is going to be static, right? But psychometrics will change. You can get a psychometric test. The psychometric test has an assessment or a validation of about anything from 6 months to 2 to 3 years, depending on the environment that you're a part of. So if you're a part of a high stressful environment, you will reflect that kind of a personality, which will show in how you answer the questions. But then, so that's how it is. So genetics and astromancy will stay static, but psychometrics does change.
Okay. So
So to answer your question, the idea is always to find your true calling and to understand your personality early, and then to create an ecosystem that actually helps you maximize those personality, talents, and aptitudes that you've discovered, and maximize it by giving you an ecosystem. And which is really where Genleap comes in, where we are not just actually doing a self-discovery, but we are giving you a complete ecosystem of skilling partners and employers that actually help you develop a career and be the best version of yourselves, and in the process be very happy and live a happy life.
How accurate are these results? But how much one can rely on it to decide a career goal, or
Well, you'd be surprised that it's very, very accurate. I'd be biased in my own view about it, but like I said, if I looked at a standalone psychometric assessment, it would go up to a maximum of 40 to 60% accurate. Now, if you combine it with genetics and genetics, psychometrics, and astromancy, I think the accuracy levels and how much you will discover about yourself will go up to as high as 90 to 95%. Okay. And I've had case studies from people from different schools who've done their tests, and where people have come back and said that, where parents have said, and where the children have said that this test seems to know us better than the parents themselves know us. So that will tell you how accurate and how strong, how the kind of validation that you will get about your personality, and then its linkages to what kind of career you're suited for, what kind of education outcomes you're suited for. It's related to your personality, behavior, and aptitudes, and so it is very, very accurate. So I'd be biased in saying this, but I'd say 90 to 95% accurate.
Yeah, because you said that you covered like 8,000 plus some cases. So
yes.
Obviously, you must be getting the feedback.
Absolutely.
So any particular case you remember that you want to quote?
No. So lots of examples. We have kids. Like I wouldn't want to single out one particular example, but like I said, this is an example of a parent where the parent has said that this test seems to know my child better than I know my child itself. Yeah. So that really validates, gives you comfort in the fact that
it's a proud feeling. You created something that helping so many people.
Yes, and I'll give you another example. You'd be surprised that we talked about people from different age groups. I've had a 79-year-old person who's come in, who's recovered, who's come out of coma, and actually done a self-discovery at the age of 79. Right, because he wanted to know what his life's calling was. What should he do in the last years of his life? And it's not that he's looking to do a career, but it is really a question of really what should be the focus of my life at this stage of my career. And after coming out of coma, this guy has actually done a 79-year-old person has done a self-discovery. So
So what was his outcome?
The outcome was that he related to it, and so the outcome in terms of the answers that came out was very, of course, the fact it was something that he was already doing.
Okay.
But the idea was to basically give back to society and to make sure his experience of coming out of coma could be shared and help inspire the next generation of people, and to say that you can recover from any stage and still contribute back. So effectively, the career options that came out related to his stage of life, and so that was another example. Why I'm giving you this example is that because it transcends right from a 5-year-old to a 79-year-old at any age. I've had CEOs of companies who have come to us and who've got their self-discovery done, and who said that, listen, I've been a CEO at age 50. Now, what do I do for the next 25 years of my life? What should be my life's purpose? And we have people coming to us for right from stream selection, course selection, college selection, your university applications abroad, to actually helping understand a person's personality, behavior.
It's so nice to understand that you're fit for something you're looking for. Maybe you have decided something and still you're not sure. Your family and your friends, everybody is sharing so much information.
Yes.
You know everything, but still you're not able to decide. And I think there where Genleap is helping. That this is your calling, and I think you should go forward. You validate that.
Absolutely.
That's really amazing.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, we're launching some additional products as well, which aren't currently in the market, but I'll give you a sneak preview into that also.
I think all our viewers want to listen.
Yeah, so, behavioral genetics, since we understand a person's personality, behavior and attitude, and we understand behavior well, what genetics can actually unravel is also things like which we will now introduce in our offerings is really mental well-being. Mental well-being is an important area that touches the life of everyone. Today everybody and people have started talking about it a little more, but the reality is the pressure and stress of life itself creates challenges on mental well-being, and genetics actually helps you provide answers. You will have tendencies, this person has a tendency for depression, this person has a tendency for substance abuse, this kid is potentially dyslexic. So, now a school would be challenged to understand, whether why is this kid struggling in the class? But, genetics can actually help you find out that why this kid could be suffering from dyslexia, and, his teaching has to be customized and tailor-made to make sure that it suits his requirements. So we're launching mental well-being products. We will get into relationship compatibility as well.
Okay. That's really required in these days.
Yeah. So
that is before marriage you're talking about.
No, it's not necessarily for marriage alone, but for choosing the right business partner.
Help one to decide.
Yes, definitely for matchmaking.
We go for astrology and a lot of other things, so this can be an added thing.
Absolutely. So the idea is to basically use genetics for relationship
compatibility. And it's really important when we
go
for a lifetime partner.
Yes, absolutely. So that, and then we will get into what kind of nutrition is suited for a person. So we will get into nutrition and nutrition counseling. Yes, we will get into that, and we will also get into things like
all related to genetics you're talking about?
Yeah, our USP as a business is a combination of genetics, psychometrics and astromancy, which is what makes us unique. So we, to the extent possible,
because I think you inherit whatever genes you have. Obviously, if somebody is facing any problem like diabetes or BP, doctor first are that it's there in your family.
Correct.
So I think that really comes from.
So, and the last piece that we will get into is health and wellness as well. So health and wellness will be another area that we will unravel. So your propensity for disease. But we didn't want that to be the starting point of our journey. Our starting point is something that covers education and career choices, because that touches every person's life, every person's family, and every parent wants to help their child. We want to start with a happy outcome and then get into other areas of life, including your disease propensity, which is not necessarily good news sometimes, but it helps you make corrective decisions to your lifestyle and situation to ensure that you are able to not develop those outcomes that you potentially have inherited.
Yeah, after many years spending in one kind of career growth, and you find that no, I'm not suited for this.
Yes.
So before that, if we come to know at an early stage that parents and the kid know that this is what I'm best at, or this is my passion, so obviously it will save a lot of time, effort, and the money.
Correct.
All the parameters. So my last question will be: how can parents build the right environment for their child to thrive and achieve success? Because that a lot of pressure is there from the parent that maybe their own desires or something, is seen in their kids. So what do you want to give a message to the people?
So in terms of, the idea is to see, in our times, these tools weren't available.
Yes.
Right, so we have gone through trial and error. We've learned from making mistakes, which is one way of learning life. There isn't a right or a wrong way.
Right.
But today, these scientific tools are available, and with these scientific tools, when you combine these three sciences, you get the picture that you get. If you basically unravel talents early, you can get to focus on those talents and aptitudes and behaviors, and then ensure that you provide the child the ecosystem. Now, Genleap is a complete ecosystem in itself. Like I said, it's not just this discovery test. It's an ecosystem of skilling partners. So right from a White Hat Junior or a Knowledge Hut to any of these skilling partners, they're a part of our ecosystem. We've got all these skilling academies.
Right.
So, if I want to be a data scientist, Genleap will have a solution for it. If I want to learn music, I will have a solution for it. If I want to go to a sports academy, I have a solution for it.
Right.
So it's a complete end-to-end career lifecycle management platform. The idea is to give a person the platform. Genleap is one such platform. There are other platforms as well. But the idea is to use these tools, unravel, discover early, and to make sure that you can focus on it and give the child the right impetus to grow and be happy in whatever they choose to do.
Wow, that's really amazing, because I think we at time not able to decide that what is the calling in their life. And the best part is it's not only for the child, it's for any age, as you said, that Genleap is helping. So at any point of time, I think I'm also looking forward for myself.
Absolutely. You must get it done. You must get it done. You once you experience the product, you realize that you will be such an advocate of the product to your community. And I think what you created, Shruti, is a phenomenal community. I must compliment you for the work that you've done. So excellent work that you've done, and in creating this huge community. For us, it's a great platform to connect with people who can benefit from what we are doing. But a lot of a word of congratulations to you for the hard work that you've done in creating this huge community. It's not easy to create a community, but what you've done is absolutely
it's my
remarkable.
passion and people's love that we have reached to a level where people are looking forward to connect, and there's so many good souls that exist that this group has made us believe in. So I always live and write in my post, humanity exists. Because negativity spreads all around, we all have to face challenges.
Right.
But where there is someone saying that there's something positive also, that gives a rays of hope.
No, absolutely.
So we have to just spread that.
Absolutely. And Genleap, talking about what you're doing, so I think you talked about that perspective about, it's about eventually making a difference.
Yes.
We want to make a difference to the next generation to the lives of the next generation of kids.
You are doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great innovative initiative you have taken.
Yes.
I think it will solve a lot of problems.
Our ambition or our vision is to basically touch the lives of 100 million people in India and around the world in the next 10 years, and to make genetic testing affordable and available for the masses. It should not just be a product for the classes, but a product for the masses as well.
It has to be.
Yes.
Because everybody requires this service.
Absolutely.
Every person wants to know that what they're good at, and I think if they do that, and a lot of problems will be solved. There will be no depression, and they will be enjoying their work.
Absolutely.
So it's everybody has to work, obviously, but knowing the best thing that they are, so that complements and helps everyone.
Yes.
Any last message you want to give to the COMI family?
No, I think I wanted to actually congratulate you more than anything else for the great work that you've done. The message for the family, for the community, really is that the idea is to make a difference to the next generation of people. This is really why we are there. This is why we exist. Yes. Please experience this product. Ensure that your kids harness and develop their true calling early in life. Discover their true talents, and so Genleap is a platform where which will touch your life right from an early age till the fag end of your life. And the idea is to make sure that we want to take the opportunity to get as many people to experience this platform as possible, and we'd love the opportunity to be able to serve your community and people at large.
Perfect. I think yes, everybody should reach out to Genleap, understand, and get more and more people connected to Genleap, because this is something that everybody's passion has to be discovered, and they have to be on the right, goal of their lives. Not only about career, but it's about the whole life that they have to focus on. Thanks, sir, for taking this initiative. And we, from everyone's side, I was really congratulate you to take a leap forward to start Genleap, and we hope that we continue this journey with you, and more products we are waiting. As you said that you were bringing in more products, we're looking forward to cover and tell more and more people about Genleap. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Shruti.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.